It's happened.
The letter that has been published by the BBC chairman, Samir Shah, it has been published on the Culture, Media and Sport website, and we have it up for you here, where he has written to the chair of the Culture, Media and Sport Committee, wanting to put on record the BBC's position on a number of issues that have been raised in the leak of the letter to the BBC board from Michael Prescott, a former external advisor to the BBC's editorial
Lying about an
guidelines
apology
and standards
too?
committee.
Yeah, of course.
He also wants to address questions that you asked me in the letter, and he said he wants to make
two BBC people have already resigned over this. Good.
clear that they have taken Mr. Prescott's concerns seriously and considered the points he made carefully. They have met the board to discuss this. He said it is worth stating at the outset that some of the coverage of Mr. Prescott's memo has implied that he has
The reason why it takes so long for people to fact check stuff like this is because there's an intentionally created media apparatus that exists for the purpose of misleading you and creating a false reality in order to make you believe something that isn't true. That's the reason why. It's the same reason why when a games journalist brings up an issue with diversity or any DEI stuff, they are immediately met with hate and harassment from people inside of their field, because it's supposed to create a chilling effect inside of the space where nobody is allowed to talk about these topics. That's the reason why it happens, is that you have a propaganda apparatus that is voluntarily opted into, and for the people who don't opt into it, they are pushed out of the apparatus. So that's the reason why it happens.
Covered a list of stories and issues that the BBC have sought to bury. That interpretation,
it's again what I said before about like the message being more important than the truth.
The issues raised by Mr. Prescott are precisely the issues that are being considered by the EGSC and the board. The EGSC is the senior forum in which we scrutinise BBC output when concerns have been raised from either internal or external sources. And
they're quick to arrest their own citizens for offensive speech, but they won't take any action on big media corporations outputting fake news. Yep. I find that very interesting.
Determine what action needs to be taken. Put simply, the committee's job is to examine the bad news, not the good news. Sometimes the mistakes are one-offs, others may point to underlying problems. The job is never complete.
What?
It is only by identifying and highlighting these issues and implementing changes that the BBC demonstrates its commitment to continuous
you never trust these
improvement.
people.
Now, he then says another view that has gained currency in the coverage, the BBC has done nothing to tackle these problems. This is simply not true, he says.
Well, that's true. They have done things to tackle them. They've tried to suppress them as much as possible. By tackling them, you mean taking the problem and then minimizing it as much as possible so people can't see it. Yes, true.
Over the 3 years that
Accurate.
Mr. Prescott was an advisor, he says the BBC has published corrections when got things wrong. They've changed editorial guidance to make the BBC's position clearer on issues, and made changes to leadership where the problems point to underlying issues and carried out formal.
Yeah, this building does suck. This building looks like somebody who's just really bad at playing Tetris. That's it. Looks so bad.
During the 3 years Mr. Prescott was an advisor to the committee, the BBC produced thousands of hours of outstanding journalism on television, radio, online, nationally, regionally and internationally. This does not diminish the importance the BBC board places on addressing the issues that Mr. Prescott has raised.
Yeah, they're lying.
But it is also important that a sense of perspective is maintained.
Yeah, there's the lies that we know about and there's the lies that we don't know about.
So just to point out to you that what we are reading out to you now is the BBC chair, Samir Shah. This is the letter that I have right now from him that we have just seen in the past minute or so to the chair of the Culture, Media and Sport Committee. And also to remind you in context, the BBC Director General Tim Davie and CEO of News Deborah Turnus both resigned on Sunday after a leaked memo that criticised a 2024 Panorama programme made by an outside production company about the US president, where they edited together two parts of a speech.
See, I'll believe that they care about this kind of stuff whenever you start seeing people getting prosecuted for election interference. That's whenever I'll be like, okay, all right, now they're taking it seriously. Until I see Old Testament answers, everything is a lie.
the president made, so that it appears
is the accountability?
that he explicitly
The smoke
encouraged
is fire.
Capitol
Yeah.
Hill riots back in January 2021.
America should start doing that first. I agree with you. I totally agree with you.
Other things have been criticised in that memo as well. But here is a reaction that we have been getting now from Samir Shah that I am bringing to you. It's long. I'm trying to take you through the details and bring you the key lines.
It's just bullshit.
As I see them.
Do not succumb to the chaos.
This is just literally them talking. This is so fucking boring. I can't watch this anymore. But yeah, there we go. We've seen it. This is obviously what happened. And now they are apologizing. Big fucking surprise. Is there any more of this? Yeah, this is the whole thing.
Of some pretty senior named individuals throughout this. Yeah. We're working through this in real time, Katie. But you know, there's some quite kind of strong views as to how things went wrong from the chairman's perspective.
Well, they went wrong because you have people with biases that are trying to put them into the media. That's the reason why. It's obviously why. Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean,
Duh.
for them to have tried to defend this edit.
Liberals just lost their January 6th argument, I guess. They never had one. I mean, January 6th was really bad, but it's obvious that if anybody has been paying attention for the last year, the overwhelming majority of, you know, collective political unrest has been by left-wing people, and this has been at the same time as a ton of extra violence. People burning up Teslas, people destroying property, people attacking ICE agents, everything like this. And they're the ones who basically have ownership over this problem. Now, obviously, like, there have been right-wing bad actors, too. But if you're talking about collective violence and collective problems, you have BLM, you've had the Tesla burnings, and now you're having the ICE crash-outs. And these are all left-wing things. When Elon Musk went and called Donald Trump, or implied that he was a pedo in the Epstein files, not a single Republican went out and started burning random Teslas and destroying them at dealerships. This is a Democrat problem. And the reason why it is a Democrat problem is because they have convinced themselves that they are fighting against Nazis. They've convinced themselves they are fighting against, you know, fascism, and this is some kind of existential threat that basically the ends justify the means. Anything bad that they do is totally justified because it serves a greater goal of getting rid of something that they view as problem. Yes, the Democrat. This is I think it is a unique Democrat problem. Now, when a Republican does something bad, here's the big difference, right? It's not that Republicans don't do anything bad, but when a Republican does something bad, everybody generally says, oh, okay, that's really bad. But the problem is that Democrats look to try to, you know, like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. It doesn't matter that much. Who cares? And I think that that has radicalized a lot of people. And I'll view that, and we can contrast this now with, do you remember whenever they had all those text message leaks and it was all those young Republican people talking about how much they like Hitler? And nobody really cared about that anymore. And the reason why, it's because left-wing people have established basically a standard, and now right-wing people are living up to it. So you have all these conservatives that are saying this crazy stuff, and there's never a point of moral authority that, you know, any liberal can have when you're the one justifying, you know, shutting down a college, or you're the one justifying being violent to an officer, or you're the one justifying, you know, destroying property, somebody's car, or something like that. They all got blacklisted and fired from their jobs. Yes, but I understand that structurally, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happened to them. What matters is how the public perceives it. And I think that this is continuing to become the case. I think that any conservative at this point should totally stop purity testing, because left-wing people don't purity test themselves. And if you allow other people to create the optics for you, all you're doing is you're allowing your enemy to define how you lose. And basically, you can see how they had no problem voting for Jay Jones, right? This is a guy that, like, fantasized about killing, you know, his political opponent's children. Well, if you're going to vote for that person and you're not going to have people withdraw their nominations from them, well, then I don't want to hear from you about how bad it is that somebody said something bad in a group chat. Like, you've just lost all of your right to be able to be any sort of moral authority on this topic, period. It's total bullshit.
For this mission.
particular. I mean, the
That's
thing
what I
that
think.
has enraged people so much over the last few days is how
Right?
there
Yeah.
is any justification for an edit where you take a speech where one section was at the start of the speech and then it was sort of sandwiched together with something that was from 15
it's done on
minutes
purpose.
later
Yep.
in the speech. I mean, with any sort of journalistic newsroom, few would kind of the thought that is formed.
It's disgraceful, and I think that again, it's election interference. It is it's disgusting. You shouldn't be doing this, right? It's definitely not just the Democrat, probably more of a lapse of morals with society and people. I'm not arguing that it's not mostly left-wing, but I don't think it's specifically that. I think that right now it is. I think that in the future it will also be right-wing. Like, I think this is a pendulum, and right now there's a lot of left-wing political violence because they feel like they're justified to do it. I don't think that they have a monopoly on that, like, categorically by the nature of them being left-wing people. I don't think that at all. But what I do think is that a lot of left-wing people do justify that type of behavior. And so you're right. And it will always swing. Yes, it will swing and it will change again. Sauron versus the Lich King. Who would win? I don't think that Sauron is as much of a clear victor as you might imagine, because Sauron is, so the argument that Sauron is more powerful than the Lich King is probably, it's like predicated on the assumption that because he's a Maiar spirit, that elevates him beyond the Lich King. Like that's probably what it is. Yes, it is. Okay. So how is that an argument? But at the same time, Ecthelion can kill Gothmog. And Ecthelion is only an elf. And Gothmog is also a Maiar spirit because he's a Balrog, and all the Balrogs are Maiar spirits that followed Melkor. Sauron can kill Lich King with his own ring. Sauron is immortal, so is the Lich King. Lazy writing? Yeah, I'm sure Tolkien was lazy. They get reincarnated? No? Well, like, you killed Ner'zhul, but Ner'zhul wasn't destroyed. Yeah, but Sauron is godlike? Sauron is not godlike. Sauron is like 3 tiers below godlike. So, like, you have godlike as Eru-Ilúvatar, and then godlike, there's also the Valar, which are, like, on a whole nother level beyond, like, Sauron, like, they're like, for example, like, Gandalf, who's Ulrin, that's his name as a Maiar spirit, and he is actually basically, like, the Valar spirit who he reports to, what's his name? Manwë. And Manwë is the Valar spirit that he reports to. So they're not like, and also like Sauron is the same. He just reports to Melkor, who's effectively like the Lucifer of the story. So I don't think it's as simple as because he's this Maiar spirit, he's going to win. So let's go ahead. We're going to watch this. We're going to see what it has to say, because this is a very important topic.
This episode of Death Metal is sponsored by Bespoke Post.
No, I'm serious.
Well, that's a piece of cake.
No. This is a serious question. I mean, it's a serious question.
Because I don't use the term
if you want to bar human beings,
are they human beings? Are they human beings?
No.
That's just ridiculous. You talk about straw men. You just did that.
That's a question that I'm directing to you. I'm not making a statement. Here's the difference.
People should come to the country legally.
How far should we go?
People should come to the country legally.
How far should we go for those who are here already, though? Should we kill them? You said you're fine with not giving them cars. You're fine with barring them from driving. You're fine with barring them from access to health care. How far should we go? Should we put them in little camps?
We should
maybe ship them away?
Not reward them for coming here illegally.
Hassan Piker is once again getting destroyed, this time by Larry Elder on this show on live television, where they went on together, and Hassan definitely got very triggered and lost his mind because Larry Elder speaks in facts, and that's how most conservatives, especially conservative commentators out there, they do end up speaking in facts, whereas the left, they try to censor facts and kick you off social media and try to dance around stuff, use emotion to win arguments because the facts aren't on their side. In this situation here, the facts were definitely not on Hassan Piker's side, and we're definitely on Larry Elder's side. Let's get into this clip here where Hassan gets absolutely destroyed by Larry Elder on live TV.
Because part of the reason for the homelessness crisis is because of the lack of affordability. Leo Haney is an economist from UCLA. He estimates that because of zoning ordinances, NIMBYism, all the rules and regulations that they put on people that want to build housing, housing costs almost 50% higher than an audit cost. So that is a failure of liberal policies. But the other problem, of course, is that a lot of people who are homeless have mental problems, they have substance abuse problems, and throwing money at it is not going to help it. The government needs to get out of the way and allow churches and nonprofits to deal with this problem, because government can't do it.
Okay. I agree. I think this is a problem of liberal capitalism, 100%. And I also agree with everything that Larry just said. I think the solution is to decommoditize housing as best as possible through a series of different programs. Rent control was something that was put forward, and unfortunately, private interests were so powerful that BlackRock...
You know what's absolutely hilarious about this? I don't know what the hell Larry Elder just said, where Hassan could say, yeah, I fully agree, this is liberal capitalism is the problem. Hassan, he's absolutely lost his mind. The funniest part about his statement just now, where he said we need to decommoditize housing as much as possible, and that's the solution to homelessness. This man owns a mansion in Malibu, by the way, that he bought from selling shirts that say tax the rich. Do you understand? I know you understand watching this, but you gotta understand how stupid the people are that support Hassan and think that he is on their side. Like, they genuinely think that Hassan Piker is someone who is like fighting for them, fighting for some ideology. Dude, Hassan Piker is fighting for what goes into his pocket, and that's very, very obvious. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just he's so disingenuous about it, talking about how he hates capitalism so much, even though he benefits from capitalism so damn much. Talking about how we need to decommoditize housing when the man literally owns a mansion. It's so hilarious, man.
Brock, for example, spent, I believe, upwards of $14 million or $75 million in just lobbying and marketing efforts to make sure that rent control did not happen in the state of California. They're not in California, they just own a bunch of houses. There are 100,000 empty homes in the San Francisco metro area alone. And there are, what, 59,000 homeless people? It doesn't seem like, I know what the solution to this problem is. I think we all know what the solution to the problem is, and yet we can't grasp our mind. We can't just say it.
What's the solution?
Giving homeless people houses. It sounds ridiculous, but there are empty houses and people dying in the streets. What's more important? Making sure that the property values are as high as possible, or making sure that our fellow Americans, young children who are going to college right now, trying to better themselves and trying to build a better future for America, living in their cars, living on the streets. What's more important?
Rent control and policies like that create a disincentive on the part of contractors to build housing. So if you really understood,
no, that's precisely what I mean.
If you really understood the problem, you'd be opposing rent control, not advertising.
I don't think rent control is a perfect solution. I think rent control is a band-aid, but it's a solution in the right direction.
No, it's
because
not.
What did I say? I said decommoditizing housing is the main goal. Building public housing, building affordable housing in the short term with rent control, making it as unaffordable as possible on the landlords to own private.
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out a ton. Let's get back to the video.
Properties, so that housing, which I would regard as an inelastic, I would regard as having inelastic demand, which is a necessity for people to survive, shelter, right? Very important. Should be dealt with appropriately. But I also feel the same way about healthcare as well.
So you want government to displace private contractors?
Oh, absolutely. Wow. Absolutely. I think private contractors demonstrably are failing right now. We are seeing this. We're talking about homelessness. Why do you think this problem exists in California? It's affordability. People can't buy houses. And you're right about the mental health issue as well. Again, another thing where our government is failing us.
Larry, your defense for private contractors.
Well, if Hassan believes the problem with homelessness is because we don't have more rent control, I don't know what planet he's living on. New York has had rent control for a very long period of time. They destroyed their housing stock that we had before the Second World War.
It's not just rent control, Larry. Don't focus on that.
And the idea that I, as a contractor, should be barred from charging fair market value for my rent will create a disincentive for me to build more housing. And single-room occupancy also has been pretty much regulated out here in California. We ought to rethink that. So we ought to unleash the private sector, not constrain the private sector as Hassan wants to do.
Here's what happens when you unleash the private sector. Sorry to cut you off. Airbnb. which is absolutely destroying the housing market as well. Because hey, they're incentivized. That's what happens when you try to fix something with the profit motive. You have a bunch of homeless people, and then Larry sits here and says, why don't we just let the nonprofits take care of it? Well, the nonprofits are not going to take care of it. If we wanted to wait for people to be nice to one another, I don't think we would have gotten into this problem in the first place.
Let's talk about another issue. California passed a budget this week, over $200 billion.
Real quick, though, the hypocrisy coming from Hassan is insane. Like, it's unbelievable, honestly, that he can just stand up there, sit up there with a straight face and say these things when the man literally owns a mansion. You know, he's saying that we need to disincentivize private contractors as much as possible from being able to own these places and rent these places out to turn a profit. Number one, why are you buying mansions when you could just go help all the homeless people in the world with all the millions of dollars that you're grifting from your audience? Number two, if that were the case, if we really did disincentivize all the private contractors and the people who are investing in real estate to turn a profit, to rent these places out and turn a profit, and we relied on the government, we'd have no nice houses out there. Like, they would just build a bunch of bland-looking apartment complexes, stuff us into the smallest buildings possible, and they would just go about their day. We wouldn't have these really nice houses being built. We wouldn't have nice apartment complexes with pools and bars and things like that. That wouldn't be happening. It would just be a bunch of square buildings, and it would pack as many people into the smallest amount of room that they possibly could. Like, it would be a horrible country to live in. The thing is about it, like, I know that you guys don't need me to explain that to you. I know that they don't. I know that you don't. The reason why I'm even saying that is because Hassan knows that too. Hassan's not that stupid. He's actually very smart, and he plays his idiot audience like an absolute fiddle. He doesn't believe these things. He knows all the things that he's saying are flawed, and he knows that Larry Elder is correct. But he's saying them because it gets him money, because it gets him a mansion. That's why he's saying it. It's so obvious. I don't know how his fan base can't see it, but they really can't. They love the guy.
Perhaps the most controversial aspect of it was this health care for undocumented people under 26 who have access to Medicaid. Or depending on your perspective on what word you choose to use.
Wait, let me ask you. So, you said illegal aliens. Do you not think that they're human? They're human beings, right?
Is there a term called undocumented in the U.S. Title Code?
It doesn't matter. Are they human beings or not? I'm asking you a direct question.
It doesn't matter.
We're having. You want to have a conversation about legality and whatnot.
When we question like that, no, they're gerbils. Of course, they're human beings.
Oh, okay. So then that's fine. Then we should give them health care. There we go.
The question is, what should we call them? And the answer is the precise name in the title code for people in the country illegally is illegal aliens. Not undocumented. It's not in there.
Why are you trying to back into the legal conversation when we're trying to have a conversation around morality? Obviously, I understand how the law works. The law is also susceptible to changing. Now, let's have a conversation about the morality of whether or not we should be giving these people health care.
Let's ask the question, though, in terms of, because money is not, infinite. So, sort of the choice for California taxpayers, and we have so many other problems, including homelessness for so many California residents. Is this a good use of California taxpayer money to give it to pay for this?
Yes,
no,
absolutely.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely. I think we should solve the homelessness problem as well, as I demonstrated in a few different ways, and how we can make it a little bit better and mitigate that problem. But we should also absolutely help the people that are here already, that are working in all facets of industry, that are contributing to taxes. I mean, these are just human beings. You can call them undocumented, or you can call them illegal, you can call them whatever you want, but these are human beings that are existing.
A bigger welcome mat for people to come here illegally. In California, already illegal aliens can drive cars legally. In California, an illegal alien can get in-state tuition, which somebody in Wisconsin born here can't get. It's outrageous.
Do you hear yourself though? Like, you want to bar human beings from driving around?
Well,
just because they were born on another side of an imaginary border.
Here's the governor's perspective on this, because I asked him that same question, and he says, look, they're here anyways, they're going to the emergency room anyways, it's going to be more expensive to treat them in the emergency room, so we're better off giving them health care so then they can get preventative care. What do you say to that?
The answer is you are creating incentives on the part of people to come here illegally, to come to California and take advantage.
Why not kill them?
And take advantage.
Why not kill them? Why not enslave them and put them in camps then?
Yeah. It doesn't need to be that extreme, idiot. You can just stop them from coming here illegally, punish them with the law because they're doing something illegal. It doesn't have to be that serious. Like, what do you mean, why not? Because it's morally wrong. The punishment doesn't meet the crime. I don't think you get the death penalty for entering a country illegally. It's pretty dumb in my opinion. Maybe somebody out there agrees that you should get the death penalty for that. I don't think so. I think it's a bit harsh. But of course, like, it's just such a bad faith argument, such a bad faith question. Why don't you just kill them or enslave them? Well, because that's a ridiculous, like, overreach. That's way overkill. What you should do is stop incentivizing these people from coming into the country. Not only should you actually enforce the law of stopping these people from coming into the country illegally, but also when they get here, they shouldn't get the benefits that the legal citizens get unless, you know, they are absolutely necessary. Like I said, you shouldn't be allowed to just kill them. They should also benefit from the laws of, like, you know, we can't just go out there and kill people because they're illegal. You know, that can't be the case. But they should get all the benefits that legal citizens have, because that incentivizes even more people to come in illegally. I can't believe that this even has to be explained. It should be common sense. Once again, Hassan knows these things. He has common sense. He's just acting like he's dumb to get some more money from his audience.
No, I'm serious.
Well, that's not a piece of cake.
No. This is a serious question. I mean, it's a serious question.
Because I don't use the term.
If you want to bar people,
are they human beings? Are they human beings?
No.
That's just ridiculous. You talk about straw man. You just did that.
That's a question that I'm directing to you. I'm not making a statement. Here's the difference.
People should come to the country legally.
How far should we go?
People should come to the country legally.
How far should we go for those who are here already, though? Should we kill them? You said you're fine with not giving them cars. You're fine with barring them from driving. You're fine with barring them from access to health care. How far should we go? Should we put them in little camps?
We should
maybe ship them away?
Not reward them for coming here illegally.
Okay.
I agree with President Donald Trump.
So how far do you think we should go?
May I answer the question? We should get rid of the bad hombres. Those who have done real serious crimes, they should be gotten rid of. And there are hundreds of thousands of people already that have deportation orders. We haven't rounded them up and gotten them out. They ought to be gotten out.
Do you think everyone with a deportation order is a bad hombre, or do you think people are just getting deported at a higher rate now because Donald Trump wants to make it seem like he's doing something?
He's prioritized it, and if you walk down the street and you're an illegal alien, you cross the street illegally, you're not being deported. He's talking about bad hombres, and I like the way he's doing it.
All right, we're gonna have to leave it there. Before we go to break, though, we got to give a shot.
Let me know in the comments, but I think Larry Elder absolutely demolished this idiot Hassan. And once again, Hassan is just a bad faith actor, and there's no way he can be good faith because, like I said, he sells shirts that says tax the rich. He's saying that the whole problem with all of this stuff, with everything, is just capitalism, and we should have socialism or communism, whatever he says. Regardless, he's a grifter that is playing dumb to make more money off of his audience, so it's really easy to destroy people like that. But Larry Elder still did an absolutely great job arguing with this idiot. Let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about this whole Larry Elder versus Hassan Piker on live TV situation?
Check out the IGN review for Arc Raiders. They praised Marathon, but completely shitted on Arc Raiders. But even compared it to Fortnite, it couldn't have been that bad, right? IGN Arc, Jesus, its #1 result. So this is the first preview. Oh my god. That's, by the way, that's not a good ratio. That's a bad ratio. Very bad ratio. Nobody likes that ratio.
Aggressively archetypical. The extractionist extraction shooter that ever extracted. It's one of the least surprising games I've ever played. Holding so much in common with its inspirations, they're almost comical.
By the way, I don't understand how this isn't like some kind of, like, this is the kind of stuff to me that makes me feel like I'm living in a simulation. When you have your, like, this is #1. This is absolutely, and Jared, you are going to get roasted on this. Your last name is Jared Petty. And you are using the most millennial, like, is this guy a writer for Borderlands 4? How many Funko Pops do you think Jared owns? Does Jared have Blue Sky? Petty Command, he actually has, oh my god.
Fought well, but the war is far from over.
The archetypical, the extractionist extraction shooter that ever extracted. It's one of the least surprising games I've ever played. Holding so much in common with its inspirations, they're almost comically indistinguishable. For preview purposes, this is a very good thing. If you enjoy other games about scavenging goods while avoiding PvE foes and robbing PvP humans, you're probably going to like Arc Raiders. If you don't, then there's likely nothing new here to tempt you. This is a game.
So let me get this straight. If you like this genre of video games, you're going to like this video game.
So unabashedly tied to its progenitors that the hero's default melee weapon is a pickaxe, the same weapon Fortnite Metaverse heroes dropping off of battle buses lug into combat.
This is really bad. Like, I usually assume when IGN does something and it's bad, it's not actually bad, right? It's just people that are overreacting because it's IGN. So because you start with a pickaxe, this is somehow bad because Fortnite used it? Oh my god. And also, you're right about the graphics.
Cute enough homage. But it's only the tip of the iceberg for the ways Arc Raiders will be instantly comprehensible to those who play Battle Royale, tree-punching survival games, or Extraction. There's very little that feels truly original, but the components bolted together from other successful live service games click predictably and produce a satisfying result. The goal each round is simple. Go to the surface and then get back underground alive with better loot than you started with. Two forces stand in the way of that goal. The first are the Arc, AI-controlled battle robots that wander the map searching for any sign of organic life. The Arc...
I can see why these people are worried about losing their job to AI.
I fear this struggle may be as eternal as
I can. He's a theater major? No, he's not. No. No, I will not believe that. I will not believe that a guy whose last name is Petty, who is on Blue Sky, who... No. No. I will not see it. I will not believe this.
Are no trifling threat. Even the smallest bots can prove surprisingly dangerous, especially in groups. The little spider-like...
Jesus, I can see why this guy gave it a bad rating.
Scurriers are downright upsetting for an arachnophobe like me, and the large crawlers do not mess around. Arc wander the map listening for the sounds...
I want to play this back again.
Are downright upsetting for an arachnophobe like me. The little spider-like scurriers are downright upsetting for an arachnophobe like me, and the large crawlers do not mess around.
Give me a minute. I have another great point to make. This is going to be me agreeing with myself. It'll take me a minute, but I've just got to find it. While I don't have an inherent problem with this type of design, what I've noticed with the, quote, accessibility features is that once they're normalized, they become expected, and their absence is discriminatory/problematic. Body type 1 and 2, arachnophobia mode, trigger warnings as examples. Wow. I really, that's crazy, right? That's, wow, what are the odds of that? See, I told y'all this shit was gonna happen. According to his LinkedIn, he has a master's in theology. I don't know, man. What if arachnophobia mode turned everything into spiders? Just to troll people, have like, yeah, all right, I'm gonna turn on arachnophobia mode, and it makes every monster a spider. They call it, it's for, what's it called? exposure therapy.
Mark wander the map listening for the sounds of search or battle and swarm any humans they find. The Ark are especially dangerous in numbers, and there are plenty of subtle little traps set where clusters of different Ark with complementary abilities are placed near one another, sometimes hidden in indoor areas, or one can literally trip into them. I met my fate more than once when I got
How do you not know where you're getting hit? You have to know where you're getting hit. Like, it literally, like, you could just go behind. What are you doing?
Areas where one could literally trip into them. I met my fate more than once when I got overconfident on Ark.
That's overconfident? God, I'd hate to see him playing scared.
More undead warriors will soon
Is this the guy that did the Cuphead tutorial?
fight harder. You are of no use to me, dead.
Like, this is... Okay, so give me 1 second. Sorry. Where's my old PUBG videos? Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find this. Because I understand that I'm garbage. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Like, I get it. This was me playing the game.
Pop-up.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, what the fuck was that?
Right.
You suck them in, right? You suck them into you?
No, I thought you meant suck their dick. They're behind you, behind you, behind you. Yeah. Fuck!
2 squads. We got
I'm the
squads.
worst at this game, dude.
Yeah, you're pretty bad.
I missed every fucking shot.
We got
I'm the
squads.
worst at the... Fuck!
2 squads. We got...
You guys might not have known this at the time, but this was actually my video application to become a reviewer at IGN.
Monstrosity literally spun through the air with its legs like some kind of Cyclops spider helicopter. Take down an Ark though, and the rewards can be worth your trouble. They generally contain ammo and weapon components. The second and more deadly threat are your fellow raiders. If you choose to play Ark Raiders, you best enjoy watching your back, because to quote Casablanca,
this place is full of vultures everywhere.
It's often more efficient to fall upon a fully loaded player who isn't paying attention than to risk a half hour of bracing open doors in a nearby warehouse, or to lurk near an extraction pit and cut somebody down when they're about to escape.
Yeah, sure.
Of course, every other raider is likely looking to do the same to you. Combat is competent enough to be satisfying. Your third-person avatar moves and controls like most other third-person avatars.
He is playing this. You know what? Is he playing this on the Nintendo Switch?
Can you repeat your success?
Is that the problem? He's playing it on Facebook? Yeah, that must be it. Because this is really bad.
Avatars in modern shooters, with no real irregularities or surprises in the controls. Bullets mostly go where you want them to, depending on the capabilities of your chosen weapon, and melee attack power is substantial.
Look at the aiming here.
So go where you want them to, depending on the capabilities of your chosen weapon, and melee attack power is substantial. Firearms feel right, SMGs are springy and difficult to control, assault rifles steady and heavy, sniper rifles punch like artillery. Playing in teams of 3 adds a bit of depth to the battles.
You did not just say sniper rifles punch like artillery and miss the shot, did you? You didn't just do that, did you?
Heavy sniper rifles punch like artillery.
Yep, you missed it.
Playing in teams of 3 adds a bit of depth to the battle, as you and your companions can search and cover for each other much more systematically than is possible with a single raider. Firefights between teams develop a sense of strategy, as coordinating squads deploy flanking tactics and ambushes against groups of foes. Whether
He has to be playing on a controller, right? Because, like, there's no way, like, These, like, he has to be. No, it says spacebar? Oh, no. Guys, this is...
Calling out directions, overhearing sounds, or covering all windows in a room, your 3-person squad will find plenty of tension waiting in most buildings. Cleverly designed maps draw the
Wait a minute. Did that guy...
in most buildings.
You didn't even see him. Watch this.
Your 3-person squad will find plenty of...
Look, he's literally looking...
Attention waiting.
He's just standing there.
In those buildings. Cleverly designed maps draw the characters in. The most lucrative resource maps are clearly the players walk to the richest area.
It's not even check the point, it's in the middle of the screen.
For food, or hover between the treasures and the extraction areas, waiting to dispossess the luckiest foragers of their well-won games. The environments are passable with the usual collection of rusty warehouses, abandoned apartment buildings, and overgrown vacant lots you'll find in a lot of post-apocalyptic shooters.
Sure.
Everything is serviceable, but it all kind of feels like the brief fortnight of code is DayZ drowned and moved on. It's a boring enough world that certainly took me out of any chance.
So he said that this game is like Fortnite, but DayZ. I think this guy might have already been replaced with AI, actually.
Getting into the lore, but I don't really think lore is the big draw here anyway. Arc Raiders is meatloaf without much plate presentation, but the meatloaf is tasty. Look at that. But the meatloaf is tasty. Look at that.
Guys. I can't find it. I was trying to find it. I couldn't find it. But you know the scene. This is straight up out of Looney Tunes. It's out of fucking Looney Tunes. This is insane. They draw this. This is crazy. It's a divine intervention. Yeah, but let me see. Divine. Is this the example? Oh my god. Bro, there it is. Oh my god.
But the meatloaf is tasty, if a little cold. Every drawer and cabinet is a potential source of wealth. Crafting components, ammunition, shields, healing items, and weapons.
Yeah.
Ammunition is properly segmented enough to keep you hungry as you scavenge and construct guns. Light, medium, heavy, and shotgun ammo variants are available early to locate in the overworld, craft in your lair, or purchase underground. Materials have the usual predictable levels of rarity corresponding to color, with certain colors granting you the ability to develop more useful or rare items.
Cool.
A single special pocket in your inventory allows you to keep one discovered item safe, even on the event of your death, so that you can haul your rarest finds home, even when you die.
I am simply a man who wishes to use his power for good.
They got it.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
Khonshu's been watching you. He likes your style. And so... I'm who's willing to do what it takes to protect the night.
So that you can haul your rarest finds home, even when you don't. Some containers take time to open and generate quite a bit of noise when manipulated, which is a delightful tension-raising mechanic that I really...
Oh, this actually, this is worse than fucking Looney Tunes. Really?
This time I need healing. Quantum magic.
I didn't even know this is possible.
Really appreciated. Opening one of these was especially harrowing when playing solo. You can really feel the vulnerability with your camera locked forward, not knowing what passing robot or player might discover you as you make an ugly racket jimmying a door. You spend your time between rounds underground, where you convert your ill-gotten gains to an ever-escalating series of crafting tables, allowing for the creation of ever more elaborate gear.
Yeah.
You can also choose to straight liquidate materials and finds for cash, and purchase fully crafted items at in-game stores. There's also some part of crafting that involves a live rooster. I never figured.
Scrappy the Rooster. The Rooster has been a resident of your workshop since the day you moved in, and likely long before that. Will periodically bring back dubiously sourced materials and share them with you.
So you have a rooster. Okay, so I get it. The rooster is like kind of a login reward bonus.
Some assistance, please.
Yeah. Okay. I love it.
Get that part out. As you explore the world above, you gain experience, which opens up across a series of skill trees. Selecting various branches can help you optimize your avatar to your playstyle, increasing combat ability, mobility, or stuff. The different abilities are clearly labeled, and most are useful enough that every step feels like real progress.
Cool.
Character design with default options is pretty rough, but a number of better textures and outfits open up when you apply premium currency. I deliberately made my guy look as bleak and sad as possible using only default options, but my multiplayer partner had the Souls-easy top man with no name back going on, and I was envious. Our Raiders preview is pretty light, perhaps because it's designed...
Roasting you? Okay.
I'm ready to put on a show.
We're both balding. He admitted it, though. To be fair, he admitted it. I haven't admitted it yet.
And conservatism makes it so instantly familiar.
Can you put points into taking less fall damage in this game?
There's nothing here to challenge what came before.
I swear to God. I swear to fucking.
But sometimes that's okay. Overall, the Arc Raiders loop seems pretty well tuned to satisfy. Make it.
You cut it. You cut it out because you knew what was going to happen.
The surface to loot and kill, bring your goods and experience back underground to improve your abilities, head back up stronger to find stronger gear, and repeat. There are worse ways to spend an afternoon. For more previews of the biggest upcoming games, don't miss our latest hands-on looks at Dune, Awakening, and Marathon. And for everything else in the world of video games, stick with IGN.
Destiny awaits.
This is one of the worst reviews I've ever seen. I love how the high points are all the times where he does something stupid.
The cosmos heals
Oh my God.
Even on the event of your death, so that you can haul your rarest finds home. Some containers take time to open and generate quite a bit of noise when manipulated, which is a delightful tension-raising mechanic that I really appreciate.
IGN should
Opening
die
one of these
already?
was a...
No, this isn't even IGN's fault, dude. This guy, this is the most fine game we've played in a while. This video, gentlemen, is, I think, one of the... This is going into... And, I forgot that, Mr. Petty, you are going into the Hall of Shame. This is going to be looked at back in 3 years from now. Just like, it's not, look, it's not as bad as the Cuphead tutorial, okay? But man,
there's still so much to do.
Man, it's not that far away though, right? Yeah, he had a blue sky moment. Well, I don't know. Like, I could go on his blue sky and probably, oh, he's dumb. He's reviewed by Jared. Jared really fucked up. Let's read some of the comments here. When you don't think IGN can sink any lower, they ruin this abysmal attempt at a hit piece. I actually don't even think this is a hit piece. I think it's just a shit piece. I do. I don't think that there's some grand design or big strategy this guy has. I think it's just a guy that doesn't know how to play shooter games at all. They had him review this game. The video's at 50 FPS, which is really strange. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess this is amazing. I really appreciate IGN making this video. It made me realize I was subscribed. I fixed that, though. This is the most It's IGN review I've seen in a while. When you hear about layoffs in the gaming media, remember this video. Well, here's the funny thing about it. IGN is actually one of the only studios that's, I think, making good decisions with this. Like, if I look at a lot of these other games, they're making awful calls. At least IGN uploads this. Lol, what? No, I'm serious. Look, if he defended Marathon on Blue Sky. Oh, God. He played the game on the lowest settings, plus 30 FPS. We can clearly see it. Yeah, that's why I asked to be played on Nintendo Switch. And so, yeah, journalists after we kill your channel. Well, what I'm saying, well, anyway, look, I can talk about that later on. But anyway, let's look at a few more of these. Crazy, this video is still up. Marathon gets double the video length and quadruple the glaze. It only makes sense that this was written by someone whose last name was Petty. How did you manage to get Mario 64 graphics on that fire? Are you running a 1 GB VRAM card? Powered by... Powered by a potato, played by a potato, presented by a potato. It's a potato production. Oh no, I don't know what to say, man. I really don't. And let's see, IGN being IGN. This is the low quality content that's frankly unprofessional. Bro, this guy's... It's so bad. You've got anime profile pictures coming out and calling them like they're calling them unprofessional for how bad this is. This is insane, man. Pray Slaughter, never go full potato. Well, it's too late now. Oh my God, you need to apologize to the studio and their fan base. IGN really hates Embark's work. Now, well, IGN Marathon ain't gonna let you hit. I just... Dude.
Correct. Even the smallest bots can prove surprisingly dangerous, especially in groups. The little spider-like scurriers are downright upsetting for an arachnophobia like me, and the large crawler safe, even on the event of your death, so that you can haul your rarest finds home, even when you die. Some can hit it as a live roost. I never figured that part out. As you explore the world above, you gain experience, which opens up across, but it all kind of feels like they gave Fortnite a coat of Daisy grind and moved on. It's a boring enough world that certain loaf is tasty, if a little cold. Every drawing hat.
I'm ready to put on a show. Well, you can't expect to win them all.
I love this, man. It's amazing. How long is this gonna be on the Darwin? This is amazing. Now I want a baked potato. You're looking at one. Oh God. I just...
Sniper rifles punch like artillery.
Pick your hero. Or villain. I'm not judging.
Oh God. Oh, Jesus. This man should make a gaming YouTube channel. How the fuck do you miss that? And he's on keyboard. It says R to reload, 5 and F. How did this get greenlit? Honestly, I feel like I really want to see more videos like this. IGN needs to come out with more of these. These are amazing. I love this video so much. I hope you do way more of this. This is incredible.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
I just came across a Sims 4 mod that removes DEI by forcing all pre-made Sims to be white, straight, thin, and even changing gay characters and couples into siblings, she wrote. This isn't just a mod, it's intentionally erasing representation and pushing a harmful and disgusting agenda. The Sims has always been about creativity, diversity, and making space for everyone to tell their story. This completely goes against that, one Sims player said. So, in my opinion, I think this is completely fine, and anybody who's mad about it is a retard. I've always thought this is very weird, how it's somehow okay for you to kill people and, like, starve your Sims to death, but God forbid you change their skin color. Like, I mean, this is Karen logic, isn't it? This is the biggest indication. I'm gonna tweet this out. This is a really great indicator that EA has too many staff and could stand another round of layoffs. Bro, they just literally laid off the studio. Check IGN. What? Oh, guys. Gentlemen, like that's crazy, isn't it? We gotta do it to him, boys. We gotta do it to him. We gotta find the image. I gotta save it. Okay, we're gonna put it on there. Welcome home. Alrighty, boys. Oh man, that's just too bad, right? Stop. That's just the way it is, guys. Biggest troll on Twitter. Yeah, just a little bit, right? What's the context? So we had this shit happen. EA cancels Black Panther game, closes Cliffhanger Studios, and then, dude, so much to do. This could not have been better timing. How is this possible? Were they watching the stream and they were like, oh, all right, yeah, shut it down. No, he's got a point here. Yeah, every day. How does this happen? Pre-watched, apparently, right? You woke up and chose violence today. No, but what if I choose a number 3? I want to have it ordered at the right time, and so we need some more employees over there. Of course. And so let's see if I can find this. IGN. So this is a massive fucking layoff. And so this is what the new game is.
Now, what's the key thing that needs to happen with a Black Panther game mechanically? Like, I feel like he's got a pretty well-rounded bit of abilities. You know, it's hand-to-hand combat. He can climb stuff. He's a genius. What else you got going on?
I mean, you got the tech. There's the gear. You got to have the technology of Wakanda. It's got to feed into every element of.
I mean, maybe like the idea that vibranium like absorbs hits, so there's some sort of risk reward where you want to get hit a certain amount of times.
That could be cool.
So, yeah,
I like that it's Miles and Spider-Man 2 around the corner.
You know, and they've got the platforming down that Blade would use.
Apparently not. That's it. Fix Black Panther. No, the reason why they can't make a good game like that is because I'm going to tell you probably the reason why the Black Panther game was going to suck dick. Probably because it was going to be a lot like Spider-Man. Because I feel like Spider-Man is the only game that they have right now, and Black Panther's abilities and actions kind of mirror Spider-Man in a degree, right? They do. and at least like the way he moves around in the world, etc., it's probably going to be a lot like that, which is just like Batman. Yeah, exactly. Now, I think you could make an insanely fucking good Black Panther game, but here's another really big problem that Black Panther has. It's that Wakanda is like this secret society, fucking African nation that has access to this, like, you know, basically the, fucking Marvel version of mithril armor that's like, you know, super powerful. And everybody else in the world doesn't have this. So, like, you're always going to be playing with, like, a massive advantage against other things that are there. Yeah, Mountain Vibranium. Yeah, so it's just not going to work, right? And I just don't think it would, right? Vibranium? Yes, clearly. And so here we go. Electronic Arts. EA cancels Black Panther game, and they close Cliffhanger Games. Well, I guess they got...
All you need to do is capture the mission area. Got it?
Say it.
I'd rather make music than do anything else. Except be a superhero.
They got let go. That's real bad. Drop would have worked too? Got dropped, yeah. I just thought let go was the best one. And little cliffhanger, yeah, I wonder what would have happened. And so, anyway, yes, Electronic Arts is canceling its Black Panther game and shutting down developer Cliffhanger Studios. In an email from EA Entertainment, Warren Milley said that these changes, alongside other cancellations and layoffs, are being done to sharpen our focus and put creative energy behind the most significant growth opportunities. In addition to losing Cliffhanger and canceling Black Panther, EA is also laying off some individual... Bro. How did this happen to me? How did this happen that the second that I start talking about this, within 3 minutes they announce mass layoffs? I don't know what to say. I don't. That's insane. How does this happen? Yeah, stop asking. I'm tired of winning. No, yeah, too bad. If you're tired of winning, you're gonna keep winning, and that's it, man. And the Midas touch. Well, this is the touch of rot, the touch of death. You know, giving free business advice. You're charging EA. Yeah, I feel like they should pay me for these layoffs. You know, because like this article came out like after, and this announcement came out after I talked about it, and so I feel like I should get paid for this, right? I should get like maybe, I don't know, like a couple $1 million. This is a gamage? Yeah, it is. And so anyway, let me see here. In addition to Cliffhanger and canceling Black Panther, we are laying off some individuals in its mobile and central teams. There we go, gentlemen. You're targeting DEI remover mods? Yeah, that's a pretty good indicator that you're overstaffed. When asked for an exact number of individuals impacted, EA declined to comment. So that means that it was a lot of people. That's what it means. There's a lot. Try naming another company for a layoff. Let me think. Okay, so what's the next company that's gonna have layoffs? I think Bungie, Blizzard. I don't think Blizzard right now. I think that, you know what? What we'll probably see is in about a year, we're going to see a tremendous amount of Ubisoft layoffs after they've kind of situated and like kind of calibrated in like the Tencent deal. And you're going to see a bunch of layoffs then. Now, Blizzard, I don't think is going to do any layoffs for a little bit longer, unless they haven't been able to like reassign all the people that were working on the survival game to other existing projects. So there probably is going to be a little bit of that. And yeah, I feel like those would probably be the two main companies, right? Bethesda because of Elder Scrolls 6. No, Bethesda just had a huge W with Oblivion. Like, you have to keep in mind that, like, making Oblivion cost a fraction of the amount of money that it took to make Starfield, right? Like, let's say making Oblivion cost $20 million or $50 million. Starfield cost 400, probably maybe 200 or $300 million, right? It's like not even remotely close. So like the amount of money that they made back on that is insane. Now the Doom, so I